The mainstream media continue to lie about globalism and its flaws, especially when it comes to healthcare. Well, on this channel, we are here to give you the facts. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel that challenges the mainstream media and the political establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elites now. Speaking of which, media and globalism. There is a new angle when it comes to talking about healthcare and global health around the world, especially when it comes to this country. So, on the one hand, every single year we've had The Guardian, the BBC, and all these guys saying this is the end of the NHS as we know it, the winter crisis, and it's never been as bad as like this, the usual line. That's just because of the NHS. The model is so outdated, it's idiotic. But there's a new angle. Because of lockdown and everything else has happened, they now attack they're not attacking the NHS. They're attacking the patients and the taxpayers for using the NHS. So there's a new angle. The Guardian and many others who are saying, well, this NHS crisis is historic. This is according to Simon Jenkins. They are now saying that Britain, as a country, the healthcare and health in Britain is literally the worst we've ever had in the world. That's basically the narrative. Now, the media are focusing on British health, and not necessarily just healthcare, but health. But they're not telling the truth about the fact that it was the global consensus of 2020 that resulted in this. Even though there are many other healthcare systems, universal healthcare systems, that are much better than here, even they are being affected because of globalization. The World Health Organization, the United Nations, everybody creating the same direction for every single government has resulted in this. Now, we're going to give you the facts that the BBC and the Guardian will fail to at least report on. Let's go one by one, every single country. First, Canada. Canada, with the pride of their universal healthcare system. Okay, Canada's healthcare is facing a national crisis that apparently can't be solved by provinces. Okay, so Canada is in a bit of a mess. And we know that because premiers have now demanded to meet with Justin Trudeau over the health crisis. So apparently they had a bit of a brief chat towards the end of December. But of course, there's going to be more discussions in January and February so that they could beg for more money from the government. Now, we've also seen so many issues when it comes to this narrative. Now, focusing on Canada for a second, they also have problems with the A&E waiting times. Patients are waiting up to 45 hours in A&E across Canada. But it's not just Canada. German hospitals are on the brink due to the rise in viral infections. They don't have enough beds anymore. With around 9.5 million people suffering from these diseases. Now, it's not just because of the diseases. It's because everything has been overspent, and now there is a bit of an issue. This is Italy. Yes, the Italian healthcare system is also in a serious crisis. So the left and the right and the center political spectrum, they are coming up with new proposals to save it. And so far, every single one of these proposals have been rejected. France. Let's talk about France. Of course, the French are also having their own issues when it comes to the healthcare crisis. And the French healthcare system is generally okay. We know that. But the French GP strike have now entered their second week with no solution in sight. We can look at what you can do if you fall ill and your doctor is on strike, according to this website, if you are a French patient. So, we can continue by focusing on Switzerland. Switzerland, with one of the best healthcare systems, also because of the global health consensus, is in a bit of a crisis, let's just say. During the holidays, hospitals and general practitioners and nursing staff are pushed to the limit. We show the biggest construction sites in the healthcare system. This is their website. You can check it out for yourself as well. Just Google the headline. Now, CNN talks about America. The US is also in a bit of a mess. Hospitals in America are the fullest they've been throughout the pandemic. Now, literally, even compared to the late 2019 and the lockdown days of 2020, things are much worse in America. We know that because of all the top-down issues that they've had from the federal government, and since obviously the Obamacare was a bit of a mess anyway, and now they are facing a fiscal implosion. Now, this website also says, well, Britain faces a functional implosion, but Britain facing a functional implosion has been happening for the past 60 years, so that's nothing really new. That's just because of the NHS. Ireland, yes. So, I don't understand why there's nobody here to actually come up, someone from the political system or the mainstream media, somebody or these academics to come up and actually say, stop. Please stop. This global consensus the globalization was supposed to bring the world together, they said. It was supposed to make things, streamlined and more efficient and, unity and all the usual nonsense. None of that's happening. Every single thing that I mentioned is causing chaos because there's nothing that's been personalized depending on the country, on the city, on any sort of sovereign land. Everything is about blanket policy. Everything is about people at the top telling people at the bottom how to live their lives. We are here to tell the truth. We are here to give you the facts. We are here to challenge the media. We're going to come back in half an hour. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.